Tonight, Windsor Castle stands at the center of international attention. Behind its towering stone walls and centuries of history, Donald Trump prepares for a state banquet. Hosted by the King and Queen of the United Kingdom. This is no ordinary dinner. It follows a day filled with ceremony, military tradition, and the kind of pageantry Britain has perfected for hundreds of years. Around the castle, a heavy ring of security has been deployed. Airspace is closed, barriers are in place, and every corner of the Berkshire countryside is under watch. The reason is simple. The American president and his First Lady have arrived for one of the grandest events the British monarchy can stage. Trump's carriage procession through the grounds marked the beginning of the spectacle. On most state visits, the carriages roll through the heart of Windsor town, lined with crowds waving flags. But this time, heightened security risks meant the procession wound quietly through the private estate instead, with a full military escort. The pageantry remained intact if slightly shielded from public view. The weather did little to cooperate. Traditionally, these carriages are open, allowing onlookers to see the guests in full. But rain and wind forced the roofs closed, adding another layer of distance between the people and the visiting president. Still, the grandeur remained unmistakable. Inside the castle, away from cameras and crowds, the welcome unfolded in a way few get to witness. Trump and the First Lady were greeted not just by the King and Queen, but also by the Prince and Princess of Wales. "You look beautiful," the President told Catherine with a smile, an unusually warm and personal remark in such a formal setting. There was a sense of informality, even friendliness, between the royals and their guests. Then came the highlight of any state visit, the inspection of the Guard of Honor. From the castle quadrangle, the massed bands of the foot guards played alongside the pipes and drums, their music echoing off the stone walls. Trump, guided by the king, stepped forward to inspect the soldiers. At one point, as the president leaned in to thank the guard commander, the king gently warned him to watch the sword. It was a rare moment of humor within the strict formality of royal tradition. Every detail had been choreographed. The castle grounds had been polished to perfection. Flags flew proudly, the troops stood immaculately in line, and every note of music carried with it the weight of centuries of tradition. For a president who relishes spectacle, it was a moment to absorb fully. Security, however, never loosened. Even within Windsor's fortified walls, the president was surrounded at all times. After the ceremonies, he laid a wreath privately at the tomb of the late Queen Elizabeth II, a gesture of respect that linked today's events with the monarchy's recent past. From there, the President and First Lady toured St. George's Chapel, the 14th-century masterpiece, where generations of royals have married, worshipped, and been laid to rest. Trump, taking in the history, simply remarked, "A lot of history." Meanwhile, Melania Trump admired the chapel's Gothic beauty from beneath the brim of her striking wide-brimmed hat, a moment that photographers quickly captured. As the afternoon turned colder, the east lawn of the castle became the stage for one final flourish. The beating retreat ceremony, military drills, precision marches, and bands filled the air with sound. The invited VIP guests, wrapped against the chill, looked on as the red arrows roared overhead in a dramatic flypast, streaking the sky with color. Both the president and the First Lady were visibly impressed. Every ride in a carriage, every military display, every careful arrangement of flowers on the banquet tables had been designed to send a clear message: Britain values this relationship, and it is willing to show it in the most ceremonial way possible. Of course, this visit also carried a deeper significance. Donald Trump became the first U.S. president ever to be invited to Britain for a second state visit. That alone marked a moment in diplomatic history. For the royal family, it was a chance to showcase the soft power of monarchy royal diplomacy wrapped in splendor. For the president, it was an opportunity to stand shoulder to shoulder with Britain's most senior royals, framed by centuries of tradition and history. As night falls over Windsor, the castle's great halls are set for the state banquet. Crystal glasses shine under chandeliers, silverware gleams, and long banquet tables stretch through the room. Here, the ceremony of the day gives way to conversation, to toasts, and to the subtle language of diplomacy. The public may have been kept,